DB and having some fun coming over. Great time of year. Obviously, we were just talking about it. March, unbelievable time of year. So our guys are excited that March has been here for a little while, but now you go to season 3. You've got postseason tournament beginning on Thursday up in Chicago, big time venue. You know, obviously a lot of the it's been chronicled here lately. Maybe as good a tournament top to bottom as we've had in a while. So it's it's a fantastic event. You know, we're excited to be in it. I'm happy with the way, not ever satisfied, but happy with the way we finished the second half of the Big Ten schedule after getting ourselves in a little bit of a hole there the first half. I was really proud of our resiliency and toughness. I told them that the other day, but now season 2's over. We're on to season 3, and everybody's 0-0 heading into these conference tournaments, and obviously ours starts Thursday, and we get to play Minnesota, who we split with during the regular season, who's really talented and offers obviously a ton of different challenges. So we'll prepare for those guys accordingly here. We started yesterday, practice today, practice tomorrow, and then head up to Chicago. Questions?
Update on Bertrand, I guess.
Doing well. Worked out yesterday. He's doing well. I think even anticipated being ahead a little bit more yesterday than what we thought he would be, which is good for us.
You're going to have 2 low posts against Minnesota. You lucked out second game in Minneapolis, but Mr. Williams is back.
Yeah, no question. Who's really, Rob, I don't know if it's fair necessarily to say that Rodney Williams is a post player. He plays the 4-form some. He plays the 3-form some. He's obviously a really talented player, elite level athlete. Certainly changes their team. So we'll have to keep him off the glass. You can't let him make highlight plays in transition. And he's very versatile. He's very good at driving the ball here, especially lately. I think he's done a great job of driving the ball as we've watched him on film. So he adds another dimension to their team for sure.
Talk a little bit about where Tracy is in his development and learning the point guard position.
Yeah, Tracy's playing pretty well. I did some good things. I thought, he didn't shoot it particularly well Sunday. He got inside their defense on several occasions and made pretty good decisions. I mean, he did. He sprayed the ball a couple times when it was there and got the ball inside and inside the defense. Didn't finish a couple times, but I like the way he's playing. I thought our team was really locked in on Sunday. I thought we played really hard. We had some odd turnovers. It was a weird game. We had 8 or 9 of our turnovers were, Scott, Kraft, those guys who were elite level defenders stabbing at our ball. Wasn't so much, passing decisions or, being sloppy. I thought we were pretty sharp. I thought we had good activity from Mike Henry on Sunday. I thought he was great on the glass. I thought he had some good looks as well that didn't go down. So, we did some good things. Tracy's really coming along. I still think he can even get better. That's what's exciting.
Shooting the last couple of games, is that just luck or how it happens or how it falls? Or
well, I think a couple things. I'd say, part of it is we got some good shots we didn't make. Part of it is that Ohio State is top 10 in the country in defense and has been all year. And they're very good defensively, got good size. Scott and Kraft are terrific on-ball defenders, as good as it gets as a combination of guards guarding the basketball that you'll see. And then Iowa, has kind of made their calling with their defense, mixing and changing defenses. Their defense is in the top 3rd in our league. So we went against 2 really good defenses. I think that's part of it, so I certainly want to give them some credit. I do think we missed some shots, and I do think, we've got to execute some little details better, although I thought our details were much better on Sunday than they were last Tuesday. So we got to keep heading in that direction.
You said you liked how you bounced back in the second half of the season. Where do you feel like you guys are right now heading into season 3?
It's interesting. Yesterday, I debated whether to give them the day completely off yesterday. We came in, got a stretch, shot some free throws, did some things with their bodies to try to get them because we had some guys play a lot of minutes Sunday. And you can usually tell at the end of the year, when practice is over, I had to try to lock the balls up just to get them out of there. I mean, they all want to be in there. They all want to practice. They're all in there. I mean, they're shooting around and, got a lot of energy, and I'm like, get out of here. So I always think, John, that's a good sign. So mindset's the most important thing. In terms of the execution stuff, I think we can continue to get better. We need some guys to step up and make a few more plays. I think they can. They've done that, and I'm confident they have the capability to do it. So, I think this time of year, it's I've said all along, in conference tournaments, I think toughness, I think players making plays, I think being adaptable. Game times are at odd times, turnarounds are quick. I think adaptability is really important. And then I think making adjustments during the course of a game, trying to wrinkle some things, game management stuff becomes important, just to try to maybe steal a basket or two because everybody knows what you're doing, and vice versa. So, but I like what we've done. I like where we're at. I think we've gotten better. I think our guys have showed some toughness at times, which is good. I'd like for it to be a little bit more consistent, but what coach wouldn't? And we're going to continue to beat that drum, and all the way through to the end.
Teams have historically been pretty good in March. What exactly is the mindset that you like to get into your team as well?
Physically loose and mentally tight or focused. If in a perfect world, that would probably be the mindset I'd like for us to have.
Conference tournament time is back to back to back, and it was a while back, but that experience in Maui where you guys played 3 in a row. How much
Sure.
does that help at this time?
Well, I think it's good in terms of prep time. It's a good point, Marcus. And then the turnaround was quick on those games. The coaches spend a ton of time, obviously. We don't give the players everything because I think you got to be careful saying you want them to totally play instinctively and not think at all. I don't know how sharp that is, but I don't think you want them overthinking either. So there's a delicate balance. I think on those quick turnarounds that you're alluding to, like in Maui, I think you probably give them a little less, to be honest, and really kind of water it down because you don't have a lot of time. So I think that's certainly a relevant analogy, I think, for conference tournament play.
What are your rules relative to visiting athletes at a tournament like this? Like, can you provide?
Cannot.
Okay, so they'd have to come on their own.
Correct. Or purchase their own. That's right. Which I've heard it's a hard ticket. So.
Well, the problem is there are a lot of empty seats.
Yeah.
Teams that aren't there at any
Yeah.
particular.
During sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your reaction to playing in Chicago with so much talk about Illinois' got to win, U of I's got to win Chicago, and
Well, I don't know about that. I know we got to play well Thursday. I mean, that's kind of what I'm worried about at this point. If you ask me, I love playing up there. Like I said, the only drawback ever is my wife gets to go and she likes to shop, and so my pocket starts to burn a little bit heavier of a hole. But other than that, I love it up there. I've said that before. I love the city. I love going up there. I love my Chicago Bears. So we're looking forward to going up there. We had a good trip up there in December. Biggest thing is we got several guys, obviously, that are from there, and we've got to do a good job, just like I thought we did in December. And our guys know it's that time of year. It's a business trip. It is. Same time we want to be loose and aggressive and enjoy and embrace the moment as much as we can. That's what March is about.
And aggressive and tight.
I think they follow the personality of the staff, to be honest. And then some guys are built that way, John. But I think we've always kind of been a staff or organization or team that just this time of year we err on the side of being aggressive and keeping them mentally and physically fresh and understanding that we've been doing this since October. So in some parts of the game, and you kind of are who you are. In 2 days, you're not gonna make someone completely a different player in 2 days, or change wholesale change. You might wrinkle some things. So I think the main thing is being mentally and physically fresh.
Seems like there was a time earlier in the season when Brandon would drive, that his first emphasis might have been trying to draw contact, get to the free throw line, get a foul. Whereas now it seems like he's concentrating more on trying to finish the play with a.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, Mark. Yeah, I think he's got to do that more. If you get a foul, it's a bonus. I think he's done that better. I think Brandon's played, here the second half of the schedule, the best he's played all year. Now, some people will look at scoring and percentages and all those different things, but I'm looking at it more holistically. I'm looking at it body language, attitude, leadership, defense, rebounding, sharing the ball. I mean, he's done a lot of those things really, really well. Obviously we need him to make plays for us, and I'm confident that he can. We've got to continue to encourage him to do that. But I thought he's played some good basketball.
How's he stepped up as a leader?
I think all those guys have. I think they realize, I've always said seniors die hard. Those guys have really stepped it up. I think our practices have been, really good. And those guys have a great attitude every day. Assistant coaches do a great job. Their guys are always ready to practice. They spend a lot of time with them, and guys come through frequently. We see them a lot. They want to stay in the gym, as I was talking to, discussing there with John a little bit, which is a good thing. That means they want to keep playing. Anybody else?
Coach, you feel like these guys, even though you've had the second part of the season where it was a good run, do you have to get some momentum back, or?
Obviously, you'd like to. We'd like to have won one last week, or you like to win them all. I mean, that's what you're trying to do. I mean, you're trying to put together a game plan, execute, play well enough, play good basketball that gives you an opportunity to win. We didn't get either one of them last week against two good teams and two difficult environments. I thought we had our chances. I thought, certainly not to take anything away from Ohio State and Iowa, but we did some things that we need to get, get a little bit better at. But all in all, I thought we did some good things, especially Sunday. I don't know. I think our guys they're older. I think that helps, John. They don't get attached. I think, if they think that, a win a month ago or a loss 4 or 5 days ago is going to have anything to do with Thursday's game at 11 a.m., then we're not very mentally tough, and we don't understand what this is about. And then you lack toughness, then that's a problem in March. We can't control that. That's gone. Our guys know that, they've played good basketball at times, and when they do and they play the right way, that they've got a chance to beat about anybody. And when they don't, that we could get beat by about anybody. They know that. So that's good. I think they've learned that, and, they've been locked in. I'm sure a little bit of extra focus here with March, and, everyone's going to get everybody's best shot in postseason tournament time,
We have any questions from the phone lines for Coach Groce?
Yeah, John, Herb Gould. Just wondering, do you have the opportunity for a shoot-around at the UC on Wednesday, or it's going to be too early Thursday, I would think?
Yeah, we don't, Herb. We're going to go up tomorrow after practice, and then we'll have some film and different things we'll do tomorrow. We'll try to get there a little bit early, but there's Big Ten tournament rules as to how early you can be on the court and at what time you can stretch and what time the balls are allowed out. Very similar to the NCAA tournament. So, we'll do whatever they ask us to do, and within that, make sure that we're ready to play.
So, I mean, your guys have, played in that building, and I don't know how many of the other teams have. Maybe not very many of them, if any.
Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to. I don't want to say none of them have, or none of the players have. I don't know that for certain. You'd have to research that. But we're glad we played it. Sure. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good that we've been up there. That's good.
Shannon, you had a question?
Yeah, I just want to be clear. So Joe Bertrand is definitely, you'd say, a go for Thursday?
I wouldn't say definitely. He's getting better day to day right now. I like the progress that he's made. I thought he looked really good yesterday. As I said earlier, when Lauren asked the question, I anticipated him being not quite as far along as he was yesterday, which is great. So, we'll keep working at it here over the next couple days. And, JoJo's a competitor and wants to play, and we're gonna plan as if he's gonna be ready to go for us. So at the same time, we also have to plan, I think, to be able to adjust. But a lot of that's going to be dependent on where he's at tip-off on Thursday.
All right, and just a follow-up about Mike Henry. How much does it help you just that he's been able to get more playing time, and that he's a guy who brings that energy at this time of the year? How much does it help you to have a little more depth there?
Sure, I think it really helps. Obviously, especially when you have, you get in environments where there's multiple games and consecutive days, and he's he's really come along with this effort and energy. You know, I thought that on Sunday he rebounded the ball really well. I thought he played really, really hard. I wasn't too fired up that they took his ball 3 times, and you know, I told him that yesterday. But he's got to get better with that. Mike's really locked in right now and brings a lot of energy to our team, and you know, I thought he was really good on the glass.
Just one more, and it's a little off topic from your team, but do you follow DJ Cooper much this season, or do you talk to him or see how he's doing?
Yeah, I do.
What are your thoughts on just how he's doing?
Well, I'm proud of him, and I'm proud of those seniors. I mean, they finished as the all-time wins leaders in the history of the school. They've won 2 tournament championships. They just won a regular season championship. They've been to the tournament. They've won multiple games in the tournament. Yeah, I'm excited for him and for all those guys, everybody there. You know, especially when you think, Shannon, that when we got there, there was a vision that we had in place to try to do those type of things, and I think maybe some people would have looked cross-eyed at us, but those kids believed, and you know, I said when I left, they'll always have a place in my heart. I appreciate those guys a great deal.
Thank you.
Yep. Anything else?
Anything else from the phone lines for Coach? Here in the room, anything else for Coach in the room?
Thank you. Yep.
Is he close enough that if he couldn't play Thursday, if you guys advance?
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just a day-to-day deal right now, you know. And the hard thing is, you know, I think some people, I will say this is a, and again, I'm not, but I'll give you an example. Like, you know, Trace was a little bit banged up before a game this year. He didn't practice. We played him in the game, and he was okay. You know, I think people sometimes think, okay, is he ready for the game? Boom, he's going to be 100% like that. Sometimes that doesn't happen. You know, if you're fortunate, every once in a while that happens. But you know, there's a reason why you have to practice and do all those things. And so, you know, we've got a plan here over the next few days to continue to acclimate JoJo so that we put him in a position where he's ready to go and can help our team. So that's kind of the plan right now. Yep.